Okay, so I've been given this poem to analyse and understand in depth. So my first question was, what is the poem about? I believe that the poem is about a brigade, a group of soldiers who are a certain distance away from this valley of death, and there's about 600 soldiers. They've been told to charge forward by a commander or a sergeant. Surrounding them there were cannons to the right, to the left of them, and also behind them, volleyed and thundered. So that could be something to do with the sound that was being made around them, or the sound of them marching. They were stormed at by shots and shells, so I think as they got closer, there was lots of shooting, aiming towards the troop. Lots of horses and heroes fell over, but they fought so well that they came through the jaws of death. They came through that valley. They came out of the mouth of hell. They came out of that war zone. And all that was left of them was 600, so I think that means that not all the 600 soldiers survived. The last verse of the poem talks about glory and honour. And I think the last paragraph talks about that the Light Brigade are a noble 600. Although not all of them survived, they're noble. They've done a great deed, overcoming the challenges that were faced upon them on the battlefield. My next question was, when was the poem set? Now I've had to look really carefully detail at the poem. There are a number of clues on here which suggest that maybe it's not set very recently. I've looked first of all at the weapons that they used, and it repeats in this verse here about having cannons. There's not much talk of guns, so I think fighting with cannons maybe before World War I or before World War II. They're also riding horses, which could suggest that it was before World War I or World War II. I'd have to look at in detail at another source to find out whether this is true or not. The opening of the poem talks about half a league, half a league, half a league, half a league onward. I've done some research and found out that half a league is 2.78 kilometres. This could be another piece of evidence to suggest that this poem was written before World War I or World War II. We tend to use kilometres and metres now to suggest distance. Question talks about what do you think the Valley of Death was? The Valley of Death is mentioned first of all in the first paragraph. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the Valley of Death rode the 600. So I think the Valley of Death could be a very dangerous area, a valley placed between two hills where the fighting was happening. My next question asks, how many soldiers survived the battle? Well, for this question I think I need to refer to later on in the text. So I know there's a repeating line all the way through saying, rode the 600, rode the 600. In the bottom of this verse here it says, all that was left of them, left of 600. This paragraph here talks about the battle that happened. Heroes fell, horses fell, so people were dying. People fought very well, and some came through the jaws of death. I'm not sure exactly how many people did die, but I know that what was left of them was less than 600. My final question asks, what should the title of the poem be? There's a repeating theme going through of battles and fighting, the Light Brigade, cannons. I've written down here some suggestions of what it could be. Maybe the title could be The Victory. Could be called Into the Valley of Death, or Forward, the Light Brigade.